G'day folks, it's Rob here and welcome to our small little backyard farm and aquaponics channel here on YouTube. Today's clip is clip number 4 in our Patreon series. They're basically the small little clips that I've posted over on Patreon for the members there to have a bit of a look at, just to keep them in the loop on what's going on around the place. So Patreon basically is a way that people can support our channel, throwing us a few dollars here or there. So in return, I like to show them a few little bits and pieces around the patch that other people don't normally see. So just to round out 2016 and to welcome in 2017, I thought I'd share some of these with you folks here on YouTube as well. Some of them are relevant to other clips you'll see coming up in the future too, so that also helps. So I do hope you enjoy them. This one's looking at a couple of tropical plants that we grow here. Also too, we went out for lunch and found some familiar fish while we were at the restaurant, and also too a bit of a look at how we've used the ginger from the Aquaponics harvest, and a look at the perpetual spinach that used to be behind me here. So I do hope you enjoy the clip, and I'll catch you at the end. How's it going, folks? Thought I'd give you a bit of a look at a few little things I got up to today. Bit of a teaser for the weekend. Now, I'm just going to leave that up to your imagination, but we're just down here behind the sump tank. What I wanted to show you today was just down here. I'm not too sure whether I've done a clip on these guys before, a few patrons, but the mango tree. This season, we had loads of flowers on, and I posted a photo early on. You can grab some of these up here. Basically, we've had very little fruit set. It's very disappointing. You can see a flower up there that had no fruit set on it. Luckily though, we've had a second flush, and I think we're going to end up with a couple of fruit. Now the wind stopped blowing and I've got the camera to focus. You can see the fruit on this flower head here. Like, there's loads on that one there. There's 5 here. I mean, we'll be lucky to get 2 fruit to actually sit on that little cluster there. Normally you'll get 1. You might get 3, but yeah, very rarely. So we'll probably end up with maybe, out of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bits of flower there, we might end up with maybe 3 mangoes all up. A lot of them do fall off during the storms. What you can't see is, well, you might be able to make them out right up the top there. We do have a couple of mangoes that have set at the top of the bush. Now what that means is they're pretty much all becoming flying fox fodder or flying fox food. The possums might grab a few. Generally when they're up that high, we don't get to see them and catch them before they start to basically turn. So either the flying foxes or the fruit flies get them. I did notice there's a couple in here, just down in here. I don't think these guys will set fruit. If they do, we'll probably end up with the possums getting these guys because they're so low. And I don't really see any in the under canopy. Oh, there's one flower just over there that's actually a newer flower again. So yeah, we might get something out of that. So I just thought I'd give you a bit of a gander at that. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a sad mango season for us, but you get that. Give you a bit of a look at these lovely ladies. The end of the day now, so they're pretty much all shutting up camp for the night, I suppose. Doesn't look like there's a lot of bees coming in. Maybe I'm standing in their flight path. Oh, that made a bit of a difference. So yeah, hopefully there'll be a clip this weekend on that if I don't get sidetracked. So hope you're all well and happy and life is treating you well. I'll catch you online. Cheers, folks. How's it going, folks? I was going to do a bit of a short clip just for you guys on Patreon, but then I got a little bit sidetracked and ended up making a 45-minute one on the backyard. I had a couple of people ask me what was going on with the wicking beds down the back here, so I figured I'd do a nice big long one, and I'll do this short one for you guys. I actually want to ask you folks a question about the coffee tree. So this is the little coffee plant I posted the pic on, and just wondering if anyone there knows, I'm fairly sure this is how it works, whether these guys have flowers like blueberries. So you can see where a flower has fallen off there, and it's still got a little bit of it attached. And my thinking is the berry is going to form out of that nub, just like a blueberry. The flower falls off and then the little berry or fruit forms after that. So just wondering if anyone here on Patreon can confirm that. They are a very pretty little flower. I did a bit of a search online and I couldn't really find any concrete explanation, but then again it was a very quick one before I came out. I did find out though you can actually make tea from the flowers, the dried flowers when they fall off. Some people will pay pretty dollar just to make a tea out of the flowers, so the plant's actually doing surprisingly well for being kept in this little root pouch. And me almost killing it a few times, but it's pretty much all in location where it's going to be planted. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, I think I have. It's going pretty much well there under the mango here. I just need to sort out these wicking beds. I gave a bit of an explanation on what's going on with these in the clip I just filmed. So just give you a bit of a look down here. These are my little volunteer patch. We have some Egyptian spinach. They're the broadleaf ones. They look a bit like brassicas. The obvious tomato there. And we've got some more Egyptian spinach. A couple of those little red stemmed ones. They're the amaranth. A couple of squash popping up there. I have a feeling they're going to be the same squash that is behind the compost cage over there. And down here, I think we had a broad ripple yellow currant fruit explode there. Loads and loads of seeds. So I'm actually going to baby these Egyptian spinach along and maybe collect a few to put in the aquaponics or in other places around the patch, because my little seedlings all carked it. So yeah, anyway, I'll pretty much will leave it there. It'll be interesting to know your thoughts on the coffee. Definitely a goer though. I'm thinking we're probably going to end up with a few berries off it. Nowhere near enough to make a cup of coffee, but maybe enough to have a bit of a munch on the cherries, and we can plan out the seeds and start off our own little dwarf plantation of coffee under the mango tree here. So anyway, I'll let you folks go. Hope you're all well and happy, and hopefully I'll have the video up for you guys tomorrow. Cheers guys, have a good one. Just out having a little bit of lunch and spotted some jade perch. These are the tank at the restaurant. The jade perch are used a lot in the Chinese restaurants, and up the back there you can see some barramundi. So I just thought I'd share this with you folks. Just like to point out that my jades are a little bit bigger than these guys when we harvest them. This is pretty much all the size where they pull them for the plate, because you get a nice decent size fillet for one out of one of them. So there you go. Hope you folks enjoyed the little bit of a look. Thought I'd show you the rest of their assortment here. They've also got some coral trout down in there, some abalone, then we've got the lobster. These are the small ones, or the mediums. And then they got the large, with the snow crab, all tagged of course to be legal, New South Wales. And then we've got the king crab and the snow crab. Wow, he's a monster. He's probably, looking through the glass, he's probably over a foot across that head. These lobsters aren't bad either. Bit out of my league though. But there you go folks. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of a look. Cheers! Salt and pepper squid and taro dumpling. G'day folks. Bee's cooking up a bit of a storm. She's taking in some little pumpkin pies for her mates at work. So I had to make up some ginger powder. So what I've got is our dehydrated ginger. I'll just open it up here. I put some out there for a photo I'm going to post to Instagram. But I've got a container or jar full of dehydrated ginger. And just every now and then when we need it, just whizzing it up in the Thermomix or food processor just to make up some powdered ginger. And I can tell you, taking off the lid with all the dust flying around, it actually burnt my throat. So there you go. If Bianca's nice enough later, I might show you the little pies.
The little ones. The
little ones. She's making little pies, one for everyone at work. So there you go. So there we go folks. There's Bianca's little individual pumpkin pies. And I think this one is for us. And this is what they look like on the inside. Very tasty indeed. You did a great job, Bianca.
Excellent.
Are you going to do a cinnamon and sugar coating on top, or are you just going to send them in like this?
Nah, they'll just go in like that.
Just like that?
Yep.
So, B didn't make the pastry, by the way.
I'm not good at pastry.
Not good at pastry. So what I'll do is I'll get the recipe B used and I'll post it down below. Yeah, so I wish I could give you a taste test, but I can't, so you'll have to take my word for it. Awesome. Slightly rummy.
Oh yeah, I did a little bit
A
extra.
little bit extra rum. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of a look at the pumpkin pies. Not very exciting, I know, but you know, homegrown ginger, homegrown pumpkin. Can't complain about that. Cheers, folks. How's it going, patrons? Thought I'd give you a bit of a look at the seed heads from the perpetual spinach. Unfortunately, I don't think they've provided us with any seed. There doesn't look to be any viable seed on here at all. I'll give you a bit of a look at some seed that I have from the original batch that was sent me. I was hoping there may be some of these ones down here may have set seed, but I can't really see any whatsoever on here. All these little clusters are just too small and they haven't been fertilized, I think. So I'm not too sure if it's a weather thing, whether it's just too hot here by the time the flowers opened, or what the go is. So a little bit disappointed with that, but I mean, it was a good experiment. Just looking at that seed head, I mean, if we were successful and got seeds to form on there, I'd be gifting them for years to come. So there's just a few more bits up here we'll have a look at. No, I can't see any clusters in there. Still pretty much all just chaff. Oh, we've also got another thunderstorm on its way. Another doozy by the sound of it, so I thought I should get these down before that happens. Yeah, so what I'll be doing actually is taking off this thicker shade cloth over the weekend as well, over the Christmas weekend. I don't think we really need it on there. If we have more 40-degree days, I'll pop it up, or over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I'll pop it back up. Those cucumbers, still haven't taken them off. They will be coming off tonight though, because I went out and bought to get a bit of a head start. It's called an Australian bred and grown snack cucumber, the cucumber. So we'll pop that in there. It's only going to give us small cukes, but that's all right. And I'll be starting off some of those seeds you sent me last season, Ruben, that did really well. So we'll pop them in there. But for, yeah, now I'm just going to pretty much all snip out the rest of these guys. Had to use my large secateurs to get them out. So we'll pull them out and I'll just leave them be. Actually, I might do it now and just give you a bit of a look at the root ball. See if I can do this one-handed. Yeah, I think I can do this one-handed. Wow. It's like the other one came out pretty easy as well. So there you go. It's pretty much all spongy and hollow on the inside by the feel of it. Just give you a look there. And there are compost worms. G'day fella. One thing I've noticed about the compost worms in the aquaponics, they're always a much deeper, darker red. There's another one just crawling around down there. Always a deeper, darker red than anything I've grown in the compost piles or worm farms. So anyway, I'm just going to leave this here to dry out like I normally do. And hopefully any compost worms in there will go down back into the bed. Just open this up a bit, just to make it uncomfortable for them. So there's a couple of compost worms. There's a couple of compost worms in there. There's one there, and another one just in there. So I might just leave them be and let them go back down into the bed. Get some of this debris out while I'm here. So that was a bit of an anticlimax, really. I was really hoping to get some seeds to share around with you folks. I do have another section just up here underneath the tarp. Had to go buy a new tarp and set that up. So I've got another piece just over there, so I'll go through it and make sure that there's no viable seed on there. And yes, we're cleaning out for our Christmas Day visitors. I've actually done a lot of cleaning out. You'd be surprised the amount of potting mix bags and bits and pieces I've kept just in case I need them in the future. So also spent a bit of time going through all my plumbing bits and pieces the other day just to sort them into relevant sizes. But yeah, there's a bit of a look at my mess, folks. Actually, before I go, I'll just show you what I've done with the banana. Might as well. make it a bit of an update. The banana itself has finished producing female flowers, only the male ones now. So I'm actually leaving it on there so I can see if I can get some better vision of our little black-headed flying fox. And I've popped my little cross stand up there. It's just on the ground, and it's not really holding it in place. It's just sort of pushing it backwards that way to give the rope support I've hooked up there, and the baling twine support just over the back there. Give it a little bit of extra stability. So hopefully this storm won't be too windy and it won't get blown around too much. But yeah, I suppose I should pick up a few of these last bits and pieces and pop them in under cover before the storm hits. Hope you're all well and happy, folks, and I will catch you online. Cheers! So I was disappointed we didn't get any viable seeds from the perpetual spinach. It would have been nice to be able to offer them around to people, but you know, them's the breaks. There's always the next season. I do hope that you enjoyed this clip and the others. If you've been keeping up with this collection of clips we've been posting to Patreon, I'll pop a little link up there and you can go to a playlist where I'll have them all together if you want to suss them all out in one place. If you want to check out our Patreon page, there'll be a link in the description. A little button will pop up here towards the end as well. You can go over there and just have a look at the sort of things I post on the wall. You won't have access to many of them if you're not a member, but it'll give you some sort of an idea. At the moment, I'm going for a bit of a goal. I'm trying to get some funding so I can go to Ryan Chatterson's Aquaponic University, so I can learn a little bit more technical information on aquaponics rather than what I've just gleaned off the net. So, you know, if you feel like helping us out, by all means, contribute away. If you don't, that's fine too. I'll still be posting free videos here to YouTube and also different posts to different social media sites around the place. Also too, it was pointed out to me by a chap that he couldn't get Patreon to work and he wanted to do a one-time donation. So this is a one-off fan funding button that YouTube supply, so you can send some creators like myself a little bit of coin if you want to help us out that way. If not, I'm fine with you just turning up, watching the clips and saying good day down below in the comment section, so feel free to do that as well. I do hope that you have enjoyed these clips and all the clips here that we do post to our little backyard farm and aquaponics channel, and I will catch you next time. Cheers all, have a great one.